Yeah. My name is Waheed. I'm the Vice President of Maldives. Maldives is a group of small islands in the Indian Ocean. It consists of about 1,100 tiny little coral islands. And climate change is making a huge difference for our lives in Maldives now. About a third of our islands are under severe erosion, and many people are losing their homes. And we are spending a good part of our capital investment every year from our budget on trying to protect the coastal areas of our islands. And if you see pictures of Maldives, you will understand this, because we are only 1.5 meters above sea level. And it's not only coastal erosion, most of our groundwater is now brackish. And so most of the people who live in Malé have now are forced to drink desalinated water. That means we have to use even more fossil fuel for energy. And we are spending about 17% of our GDP on fossil fuel imports now. And so it's a huge problem for us environmentally, economically, and security-wise. So we really have to change our way of life. And we will do that in our country, but we are hoping that other people will do the same, because what Maldives does will only have an effect for us who live in the Maldives. It's not going to change the global picture of climate change and global warming. And so everybody else has to also understand that our lives are all interconnected. And, it's not enough only for the Maldivian, few people in Maldives to change their lifestyles. When I was a child going to school, we could easily stop at near a mosque and drink water from the well in the mosque. And it was fresh water, sweet fresh water. Today it is not possible to do that. We were able to go and see beautiful fish in the ocean all the time. And now in some of the reefs, you find some of the reefs are dying. And this is happening because of warming of the seas. Because there is still a lot of beautiful reefs and a lot of beautiful fish in Maldives. And you must understand that this is the main source of revenue for us. And so there is a lot that is changing now. When I was small, we used to have some tidal waves coming in, maybe once a year. But now it's every time we have a storm, we have big waves coming in. So it's not like the natural way of things as they used to be. And this intensification of storms, these more frequent surges that are coming in, the amount of erosion that is going on the coasts, these are all unnatural.
Do you think you'll be living in the Maldives when you die? Do you think that's where your bones will be buried?
I hope that I will live the rest of my life in the Maldives and peacefully, not having to move. But I don't have that assurance for my children. 50 years from now, 100 years from now, Maldives is going to be a very different place. We have lived, my ancestors have lived in Maldives for the last 3,000 years. So when you're talking about 100 years or 150 years, that's not very much. And for Maldivians, when and if the eventuality comes, where do we go? What happens to us as a nation? We've been a separate nation, separate culture, separate people, with our own unique features, a unique contribution to human diversity for so long. And when we are gone, what does that mean? For the people who say that, this is a small island far away, this is part of the consequences of development, and, the world will go on. What I have to say to them is that we thought we were going to be the most severely affected and the first to disappear. I'm not so sure about that now, because of the way the global climate is changing. The heat waves in Russia, the huge flooding in the United States, in China, in Pakistan, huge mudslides everywhere, storms. This is changing the global climate. And for those who are studying these patterns, They know it's not a natural phenomena. It's unusual. So it's going to affect everyone, irrespective of where you live, who you are, how rich you are, or how poor you are. It's going to affect everybody. So I think it's better for us to come to terms with it now and begin to be part of the movement to curb further warming of the atmosphere.